I wanted to come on here and make a little video about parenting and coaches, and this is completely from the athlete perspective. As an athlete who has kind of been in the middle of the parenting and the coaching clash, I want to speak on this topic because I hope that it can help either a parent or it can help either a young athlete who may be experiencing this same situation. It is so important for a young athlete specifically to have as little noise as possible so they can focus on whatever goal they have. I am emphasizing they because it is ultimately up to the athlete if that goal will be achieved or not. However, there are factors that make this goal harder to achieve. Specifically, when the parent turns into the second coach. And so now you have two coaches. Let's be real, most parents were not professional athletes. There are some, but we're not talking about those people. We're talking about the majority. Majority of parents were not professional athletes, did not play a professional sport, did not play in college, did not even play the sport that their child is in, but will create conflict with the coach because they don't trust the coach. If the athlete trusts the coach, then the parent's job is to be a parent and to support emotionally, to support by taking them to practice, by feeding them, by doing all of those things a parent should do. But when the line becomes crossed between a parent and a coach, it gets messy for the child. It creates this friction in the child's head because we have a parent who does not trust coach, and we have a coach who just wants to coach child. And because the parent does not trust that coach, some of the times parents will step in because of that lack of trust. They'll look for a new coach. They will maybe pull the kid from practices, which happened to me. And that, when a kid is developing, causes so much mental trouble for them because not only are they trying to perform in a sport, but now they're trying to manage parents. And that is a really heavy load for a 14, 15, or 16-year-old, those teenage years, you get the gist, to deal with. Because one, they have a level of trust with their parents, and two, they have a level of trust with their coach. Now, if the child doesn't trust the coach, then that's a completely different topic. But we're talking about a child who has trust with their coach, who has a good coach, who has results. If the coach has proven that he can give results, proven that he can take kids to another level, and also has results himself, then what is there to not trust about that coach? This situation can so easily get messy because when a parent who has no knowledge of the sport, only stuff that they have researched, but not stuff that they have explored, implemented, learned, when they bring that into a child's world and also bring that to a coach, it is going to cause friction. It is going to cause friction. There's no doubt about it. And then we wonder why these kids don't perform the way we want them to, or why don't they perform up to the potential that we see for them? Well, they are trying to navigate two coaches, and it is clashing. And so I just wanted to emphasize the importance of letting the coach coach the kid, letting the coach and the kid have their own coach-athlete relationship, and letting them go over performance, letting them go over why is something not working. Is it the athlete? Is it the coaching? And that is for them to decide. Coaches are here because they are specialized in training. They are specialized in the sport that they're teaching. And we find them because we are not specialized in that. And so for you to give your trust to a coach and then doubt the trust without even letting them fully develop the kid, you are setting your kid up for failure. You're setting your kid up for disaster. And then wondering why the kid did not achieve these high goals and high potential that you have set out for them. I was that athlete. I was the athlete in between parents and coaches, and it messed with my brain and it messed with my performance. When you pull your kid away from, this coach, or you kind of step in, you affect their development mentally and their development physically. It is so important to be on a system when you're young and you have like big goals. It the system is so important. That is what develops the athlete. And if the athlete does not stick with that system because their parents don't trust this coach, then what result do we expect? And coaches can't do it all. They cannot do it all. They rely on you for emotional regulation and support of your child so that they can handle the athlete part. However, if there is no emotional support there, then my coach specifically for a lot of athletes, he took a lot of emotional support that was the parents' responsibility, and him and his wife took a lot of that on. It wasn't enough for a lot of us to perform still. We were still needing that full support from our parents, and not just support for us. This is not a nag on any parents or whatever. It is just the reality of the situation. We needed more than just support from our parents. We needed them to support our coach and trust that he could get us to where we need to be. If there's no trust, then you can just wrap it up, rapido. And so when parents step in and they voice their concerns, or they take it beyond them to diagnose a situation that comes up, whether it be an injury, performance, or whatever, when they take it upon themselves to step in and diagnose that, they are simply overriding what the coaches said. They are overriding their training. They're overriding their process. Injuries, setbacks, all of that stuff is a part of the process of being an athlete, is a part of life. And so they start to add in their own coaching programs, and it ends up so messy that I'm hoping that what you get from this is that when you find a coach and you find a good one, trust the coach, okay? Like if he has proven results, if he has, more importantly, if the child builds that trust with the coach, it is so important to protect that. And it's so important to not interfere with that, because the second you do, it just causes a lot of friction and just a lot of mental noise in the kid's head that is just so hard to deal with at that age. And you have to be you'd have to be really, really mentally developed to deal with that kind of emotional stuff when you're young. Yeah, I think I've said enough, to be honest, because I have nothing else to say. So we'll see what this video